Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining today's Toolbox meeting for our community of practice at Pub Sub Ops. The purpose of today's meeting is to review how our community of practice has been progressing, discuss some challenges affecting the business, and identify ways to improve collaboration across departments. I would also like to be a real discussion, not just a presentation, so I encourage everyone to share observation and suggestion as we go through the slides. Purpose of the meeting. The main purpose of today's meeting is to review participation in the community of practice and discuss whether is it helping the organization in a practical way. We want to identify business challenge linked to communication or limit knowledge sharing, and then explore how the COP can be improved so it becomes more useful to staff across the business. Alejandro, from a sales perspective, do you think this kind of meeting helps identify practical issues?
Yes, I do. From the sales side, these meetings are useful because they help us discuss like issues that usually are inside like just from one department. Sales teams often are focused on targets and customer interactions, but sometimes the problems are bigger than just sales alone, you know. So they can also involve communication, product knowledge, and support from other departments. So yes, definitely it helps a lot.
That's a good point. Juan, from your department perspective, do you see this mainly a communication exercise or a problem-solving tool?
For me, I would say both. In operations and IT support, we often see many issues coming from people that not only they do not have the right information at the right time. So meetings like this are very useful because they actually help us identify those gaps and discuss them in a more structured way.
What is our COP? Our community of practice is a platform for sharing knowledge across departments. Its purpose is to encourage collaboration, continuous learning, and better decision making. The main idea is that available knowledge often stays inside departments, and the COP should help bring that knowledge together so the organization can learn from it. Alejandro, does the current COP feel useful for the sales team?
I think that idea is useful, but at the moment it still feels a little disconnected from daily sales work. Um, Sales staff are usually focused on customers and targets, so if the COP does not clearly help with real sales issues, people are less likely to engage with it.
I get it, I get it. That makes sense. Juan, what about from your side?
I would say from our side, the COP makes sense because we often see processes and communication issues that may affect multiple teams. But I agree that participation is still pretty slow, and some staff may not be sure what kind of information they should share. But
Okay, understand. For the current situation, at this stage, the digital platforms for the COP have been created and staff have access to them. However, participation has been inconsistent. The main issue is not access, it is engagement. People can join, but many are not contributing in a magnificent way. Alejandro, what does that look like in sales?
Yeah, in sales, the main problem is that people are busy and often do not see the COP as an immediately like priority. Uh, there is also useful information being shared informally, but not in a way that benefits the wider organization.
So information is it, but it is not being shared. effectively. Juan, have you not noticed this?
Well, from our department, we can see that people can access the tools, but active participation is still pretty slow, even though they can access most of these tools. Also, some of the staff may also feel unsure about how formal their contributions need to be. So they rather stay quiet instead of sharing their useful thoughts.
Okay, okay, understand. It's something that we need to check. You guys, like our team leaders, something that you need to check with your team and try to make them to use the tools that are for them. The business issue, sales decline. Now, I want to move to an important business issue. One of our key products has experienced a decrease in sales, and this gives us a clear example of why knowledge sharing matters. Alejandro, could you explain what is happening from the sales side?
Yes, over the last few weeks, sales for one of our main products have dropped. From customer conversations, it seems that many customers don't fully understand the value of the product, and sometimes sales staff are not fully prepared to explain the benefits clearly and consistently. So, yeah.
So the issue may not only be market demand, but also internal product knowledge. Juan, does that correct with what your department has seen?
Well, in fact, yes, it does. From our perspective, this looks like a knowledge sharing problem as much as a sales problem. If useful information is not moving between the departments, then of course the sales staff may not even have the support they need, and the customer feedback may not be reaching to the rest of the organization if needed.
Okay, the discussion points. At this point, it seems that the sales team needs clearer product knowledge and other departments may be able to support that through better situation sharing. Alejandro, what kind of support will help sales most right now?
The most useful support will be simple, practical product information that sales staff can use quickly during customer conversations. It will also help if customer questions and objections were shared more effectively across the organization.
That's a strong point. Uh, I will try to solve this as soon as possible. Juan, what could your department contribute?
Well, from our side, we can help organize information better, maybe make resources a little bit easier to access, and of course encourage all of our staff to share these short practical updates instead of the long formal post. I believe that will make the COP more realistic for busy employees and actually more useful across all of our departments.
That's really good. That will help us to work together and to solve Alejandro's problem as soon as possible. So thank you so much, guys. Now, the key challenge. Based on our discussion, the main challenge are low engagement, time constraints, and lack of confidence in sharing ideas. Alejandro, which of these is most visible in sales?
Mm, Time constraints are probably the biggest issue, but confidence also matters. Some staff do not feel sure that what they know is important enough to share, so they keep useful insights like themselves. So probably we need
Yeah, yeah.
to talk about it.
Juan, what would you add?
I reckon low engagement is often a sign of another issues. such as a lack of clarity or a lack of evidence, for example. So if staff do not see how the COP can help them in their work, the participation, of course, will remain limited.
Okay, guys. Now, the important thing in this meeting, now let's focus on solution. We know what kind of problem we have. We know what is going on. That now is the time of the solution. We are proposing shorter session, simpler knowledge sharing, and a stronger collaboration between departments. Alejandro, will shorter session help sales staff participate more?
Yes, definitely. Short sessions will feel more manageable, and the staff will be more likely to contribute. It will also help if contributions were guided by practical questions rather than broad discussion topics.
And you, Juan?
I agree what he says. I reckon the COP should feel less formal and more supportive. Uh, it is very practical that these short updates, because they will be more clear and across all the department. So all of these interaction will make participation easier and more useful.
Okay, I'm happy that everyone is agree with this. If any of you in any moment have another suggestion and want to share, just let me know. We can do another meeting anytime. Now we go for the next step. We need to moving forward. The next step should focus on improving engagement, supporting departments more effectively, and aligning the COP with business goals. Alejandro, what would be a good next step from the sales perspective?
A good next step would be to collect most common customer objections about the product and share them through the COP, and that will help other departments understand what support the sales team needs.
And you, Juan?
I think from our side, we could help structure that information and make all the process of sharing out these updates more consistent. Or also we can also help monitor whether the COP is leading to better communication and better business outcomes.
Okay, guys, we will do that. Now, for the conclusion, we have to conclude today's discussion has shown that the community of practice has a strong potential, but it is not yet being used to its full capacity. We have identified inconsistent participation and sales-related business issues and the need for more practical and relevant knowledge sharing across departments. If we make the COP more focused, more accessible, and more connected to the real business needs, it can become a valuable tool for improving collaboration and performance. Alejandro, any final comment?
Yes. From science, we need the COP to become a place where practical support happens and not just discussion could be really better.
Okay, okay. We will go for that. Thank you so much. Juan,
I will say from the IT side that the COP can be very effective if it becomes part of our normal business improvement and not just an extra activity.
okay, okay. I hope you can collaborate with that in this. And thank you both. That concludes today's Toolbox meeting. I appreciate your time and contributions. If you have another comment, in any moment you can contact with me or with any of our team. And I hope this helps you guys to improve everything and put the COP in practice. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a lovely day,
Thank
guys.
you. Yeah.